Hey guys, it's Stuart here, and in today's video, we're going to show you how to set up a Facebook ad in 2022. Obviously, with all the changes and adjustments made, there are now two different ways you can set up ads in Facebook. We're going to be looking at the conversions-based campaign, both with a streamlined approach and also the manual approach, which is what a lot of you will be familiar with. Just before we get started with today's video, don't forget to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. And with that said, let's show you how to set up a Facebook ad in 2022. Okay, so here we are in the Facebook Ads Manager. And in order to get started with setting up your conversion ad campaign in 2022, we're going to navigate over to the Create green button on the left-hand side of the screen and select Create. This is going to bring up a wide variety of campaign objectives. We're going to select conversions in this example, and you can name it straight away, but we're going to do that a little bit later on. Once we've clicked through on that, it will show you the Advantage Conversions campaign and the Manual Conversions campaign. As I said earlier on, the Manual Conversions campaign is the traditional setup model. We're going to show you first how to do the Advantage Conversions campaign. So we're just going to click on that and select Continue. And what that is then going to bring up is everything that was previously layered in the manual campaign objective. It basically shows up all at once. So rather than having to jump from screen to screen to screen, you can set everything up in one simple place. So let's give it a nice simple title, sample conversion, and we're going to then navigate down to conversion. And this depends on what your ultimate goal is. With conversion-based campaigns, it's normally to get leads or sales. So in this example here, we're going to select completed homepage form submission. And now we have a conversion event that we want to have this campaign running for. We've given it a name. We're going to send people to the website, and as you can see, the pixel there is going to record the data and information. Once you have done that, we're going to navigate down to the budget and schedule. You can select a daily budget or a lifetime budget depending on what your goals are. Now, one of the advantages with a daily budget is that it's easier to scale a campaign. However, if you want to run a lifetime budget, you can select a start and end date, and you can also choose what time of the day you would like your ads to run from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. the next day and on the different days. So that's quite a handy tool if you find people tend to convert on particular days and you don't want to have to constantly pause and restart your ads. So in this example, we're going to go with a daily budget. We're going to select $10 a day. We're going to select an end date in 1 month's time. And once you've done that, we're going to scroll down to the audience section right here. Now, with this example, we are targeting people who are going to be business owners here in New Zealand. So the best way to do that is to just select the location, people living or recently in. We want to select people who are living in this location. And that's the very important thing if you are targeting people that are permanent residents or citizens of a particular country or area. Want to make sure that you select the locations and make sure that they're living in there. If you're an e-commerce business, if you are a cafe, obviously your goals are going to vary a bit. But normally, living in this location is your way to go. And here we've selected the example of New Zealand. We then want to select the target age group. And for this example here, we're going to target people who are a little bit more established, 25 to 64. And that is the age group set up there. Obviously, if your product appeals to particular people, particular genders, you can select just men, just women. Normally, it just makes sense, though, to target all people if you've got a broad-based appeal product, unless you have run advertising campaigns before and know exactly who your target audience is. Now, to find the people that we want to target here, we're going to do some detailed targeting. This basically allows you to choose people who might fit into your target market based on demographics, interests, and behaviors. And if you want a guideline as to what those things might be, you can always click the drop down buttons in each section here, and it will bring up some suggestions for you to click on and target. This could also include behaviors as well, so people that might have an anniversary, people that have a particular interest, etc. So in this example here, we're going to go for small business. We're going to click on that as an interest. And as you can see right there, it has narrowed the audience size down a little bit more. And once that's done, we can move to the next section, which is either defining an audience further. So if you want to go after people who might be more likely to convert, you can select something like engaged shoppers, and you can also exclude people who you don't want to be targeting as well. So in this example, we're just going to remove engaged shoppers and keep it as broad-based as possible for the time being. You can also select the language that you would like to target people with. Obviously, being from New Zealand, we speak English as one of the main languages here. So we want to target anyone who is English speaking. And we want to also have a look too at some of the additional options, and that can be your connections. And this can also target people that have engaged with you in some way, but we're not going to worry about that at this point. So that then brings us down to the ad setup itself. And the first thing you'll see here is the Facebook page and also the Instagram account too. So for the Instagram account, we're just going to select Macadam Marketing. And for the Facebook page, Stuart Macadam Marketing. And this will then bring us down to the next section, which is the ad setup. So obviously what is different here, and we will turn the preview on, is you can select multiple images at a time. So if we are to go to my campaign right here and select multiple images that have been used at different times, here we go right here. It's then going to start populating down here. And if we put a bit of example text in, so get a free marketing audit. So this is the ad copy that is going to go in here right now, which is the primary text. So www.stuartmacadam.com and to the headline. So this is what you are going to see underneath the main ad copy image. And we're just going to include the website URL so you can begin to see a preview of what the ad could look like. And there we go. As you can see right here, get a free marketing audit. Hey, business owners. So the primary text is what you see above the photo. The headline is what you see just underneath the photo. Now, as you can see, the call to action button there is shop now. Obviously, they're not purchasing a free audit, so we want to change it to something that's a little bit more suitable for our objectives. So for this example, we can use the learn more button, which tends to be the most popular call to action button on Facebook ads. And as we scroll down here, we can see the tracking that's being used for the website. And you can also build a URL parameter as well, which allows you to more accurately measure the conversion events. So if we're to go now to the right-hand corner and select Advanced Preview, we can begin to get an idea of what the ad creatives are going to look like. And this Add Creative button right here, if we click on it, is going to bring up the different previews that we can see of the different ads. So think of the images that we selected, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and everything has been set up into one place. And if we scroll back up here, we've selected multiple images, and what Facebook is now going to do is it's going to, in the initial learning stages, use all of these images. And if you use more than one type of ad copy as well, let's just use a slight variation example to give you some perspective. It's then going to use its artificial learning to serve up different variations of the ad pictures and the ad copy and the headline as well until it finds the most optimized version as well. So rather than having to duplicate and replicate multiple images and multiple ad copy variations within the ads manager, you can set it up in one go. And the great thing here too is with the call to action button, you can even set up an alternative as well so that you can test this out. So let's use an example here of contact us. So as you can see here, got learn more, contact us. We've got two different headlines. We've got two different primary text options too, and we've got 4 images. So if we're to use this example right now, we have 4 times 2, which is 8. 8 times 2, which is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So rather than just having one picture, one piece of primary text, one headline, one call to action button, we have got 32 different variations. And if we go to the advanced preview, again, adding the different buttons as well, we can show you all the different options right over here, and you can preview every single one. So let's say we want to use this picture here, and we want to use the call to action button as contact us. You can see on every single platform what each ad is going to look like, and you can make adjustments based on what you think is the most useful. So once we have a review of this, we're going to do a final check, and the only thing that we need to change here is the start date. So we'll move that forward, and once we've done that, we can select the publish button. And congratulations, as you can see here, the example conversion campaign is scheduled to be published shortly after the Facebook moderation team has approved it. That might be a bit much for beginners who are more accustomed to the traditional setup for conversion-based ads in Facebook, when you can always come back to that one with the manual control. Just click on it down below until it's lit up in blue and white here, and then select Continue. This is then going to bring up the more traditional model where you have the campaign, the ad set, and the ad, rather than having everything as one drop down in one place. And what this allows you to do is set everything up step by step in the traditional format. So we are going to give the campaign a quick name, which we have done. We're then going to come down to the campaign details and make sure that it's set up in the way which we want it. So we have got the buying type, which is auction, campaign objective is conversions, and the campaign spending limit, which if you're running on a budget of any kind, you can always set it up at the campaign level here in the manual settings. So that's nice and easy. Just click on the little pencil there and then add campaign spending limit. And for this one, let's select $500. And we are then going to scroll down to A/B test. We're not going to show you how to do that today. You've got to keep it nice and simple. And then campaign budget optimization. So what campaign budget optimization is it allows you to set the budget for the day or the lifetime at the campaign level, so that if you have multiple ad sets and one ad set is more successful, Facebook's artificial intelligence will optimize to show that ad set and those ads more. So it's generally a recommended practice, although it's entirely up to you as to whether or not you want to do it. And again, we can select between daily budget and lifetime budget. I'm just going to show you quickly with the lifetime budget what things you can do as extras, which are quite cool. So let's set a lifetime budget of $500. And let's say this time round, we do want to run the ads on a particular schedule. We want to try and reach people who are going to be available at particular times of the day. And we're then going to go up here underneath the campaign at the top and click on Ad Set 3, which is our ad set level. We're going to give it a name, which we have done. We're going to choose the event location, which in this example is the website. And then we're going to make sure that the pixel on the website is tracking, which it is. And we're then going to select a conversion event. So we're going to go with completed the homepage form. That's going to bring us up to budget and schedule. We're going to let it run for a month, and we're going to make sure that the ads are running at a particular time of the day. So let's say our target market is working from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening from Monday through to Friday. We then just click and we block out these particular times that allow our ads to run only on the Monday to Friday time period. But if you want ads to show every day at a particular time, you can just go to every day and click on particular blocks and drag along until you have sorted out all the times where you want your ads to show. And again, this is a big advantage of using a lifetime budget rather than a daily budget. Daily budgets are easier to scale. Lifetime budgets are easier to target people at particular times, and you don't have to turn your ads on and off constantly and send it back into the learning phase. So we are going to scroll down here to the audience, and again, we're going to set it up in a nice and easy way. You can set up your location. So we're going to click the pencil button here and select edit. And people living in or recently in this location. What you want to do, if you want to just target local citizens and residents, select people living in this location, and we are targeting New Zealand. And then we come down to age just underneath it, and they've got the lower end and the upper end of age targeting. So we're going to select 25 for the lower end again, and for the upper end, select 64. We're going to target people who have an interest in small business, in the interests. And this time round, we're also going to define it a little bit further and target people who are also engaged shoppers as well, because they would be more likely to take you up on your offer or your product. We're going to be targeting people in the languages who speak English only, because that's the language that we're doing business in. And then we're going to scroll down and we will see the placements option here. Now, the best thing to do is try not to get too fancy and select manual placements. It's best to just leave it with automatic placements for the initial learning phase, which can be 2 to 4 weeks. And then after that, you can move to manual placements. We've then got a couple of extra options here, which is attribution settings and when you're charged. Don't want to worry about this for the time being. So we've got all of the setup done over there. We're now going to come down from the ad set level to the actual ad itself. So we're going to click on the ad setup. And as you can see, we have the ad name, which we've given a name, Facebook page, Instagram account. We're just going to select the Instagram account right over here. We're then going to scroll down and you'll see an empty space here for website URL. We're just going to punch in that straight away so you can see the preview of the ads as soon as they come up. And then we scroll back up to the top of the page and you can choose the format that you want your ad to run in. Would you like it to just be a single image or video like the example that's showing up here? Do you want it to be a multi-stage carousel ad where you've got multiple images that go through the ads at a particular time? Or a collection where you can choose for the ads to turn into a full screen experience. In this example, we're just going to choose single image or video. It's going to come down to add creative and add the media. And similar to last time, you can choose the image of your choice. However, with this option here, you can only choose one image at a time. So we're just going to select one image out of it. We've got to click through all the next and dones, and we're then going to go with primary text. And similar to the other advanced streamlined approach, you can create multiple ad options as well, which is quite neat and quite handy. And we can go get offer now, and we can go learn more about this offer, and that creates multiple primary text and also multiple headlines as well. However, the big drawback is we can only include one call to action button. So if we wanted to create a test with a call to action button, we would have to duplicate it to see what happens. And once we've done that, we just want to do a final check of everything with the pixel. And once you've done that, you can select the publish button. And congratulations once again. As you can see here, the campaign has just been published and it's taking a little bit of time for it to process, but we can see here the lifetime budget. And if we click into the campaign itself, we can see the ads are just currently processing and should be set up for review shortly. So that's it for today's tutorial, everybody. I hope you found this useful. Once again, please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel and you want more tutorials like this in the Facebook platform. And don't forget to smash that like button down below as well. And I'll see you in the next tutorial video.